brought to you by Irish owned and operated Travel Department. Let's see more.
You are very welcome back, Maura.
Yes, very welcome back to the show. Now, myself and Dyer always love this part of the show where we can run away from the cold, sit back, relax, and take us away to Spain, Portugal, and all those nice places.
We use the lights in here sometimes just to kind of make ourselves feel
We're like
good with
this.
the heat in our face. But Michelle, where are you going to take us today, please?
We're going to the Iberian Peninsula, with two of my favourite countries in the world, Spain and Portugal. And we're going to start off in Tenerife. I was there before Christmas, and you know, it's blessed with year-round sunshine. It's one of the best places to go for. And in the summer, it won't be too hot either. So it's a lovely place to go, especially in the summertime. Porto de la Cruz is on the north of the island. It's very different to what you'll find down in Los Cristianos.
Yeah, the
anyone who's been there
places.
before. Yeah, that's what your party town. This Porto de la Cruz is very kind of chic and classy, nice shops. And you're also online with Santa Cruz and La Laguna, which are beautiful UNESCO heritage towns. Santa Cruz is actually shared capital with the Gran Canaria, so it's a really important, it does one of the biggest carnivals. It's fabulous.
And loads to do there, Michelle.
Loads to do. And of course, Mount Teide is the tallest mountain in Spain. Although you're technically really in Africa, you're just to the west of Africa, but it's 12,000 feet high. And when you know, the weather changes as you travel up the winding pathway. It is a volcano. All the Canary Islands are volcanic islands, so you'll get the black sand. And Mount Teide is just fascinating to be up there. You'll see all these special rock formations and flowers. There are 14 species of 14 different flora that you'll only get there at Mount Teide. They're nowhere else to be found in the world.
Do you find people going to Tenerife even during the summer as well, or is it more a winter destination?
Oh, no, because you're lower down in latitude, it's perfect all year round. And it won't be too hot. You know, because you've got you're on an island and it's surrounded by water, so it's fabulous. I just love that.
We have a love affair with the Canaries in Ireland, and Lanzarote, I think, is up there as well.
Absolutely.
But I suppose that it is really where you can go for winter sun without going to the Caribbean.
Absolutely, and this tour, you know, takes in culture. You've got wine tasting. You've got lots of other things going on. So it's not just, you know, lying in the sun. This is I particularly like this.
Now, on to mainland Spain. Loads to see here as well.
Oh, my
Where
goodness.
do we even start?
Well, the Costa Brava, we're heading up to the northeastern side of the country. So that strip has got beautiful beaches, fabulous coastline, lots and lots of towns like Cambrils, Salou, places that you will have heard of before. But the Costa Brava's got Peneda del Mar or Santa Susana are two lovely seaside destinations you can stay that are a good base for going to see of course, Barcelona.
Where do you fly into then?
You'd fly
Barcelona.
into Barcelona or Girona, actually, either, because they're equidistant. But it's just beautiful up there. A full day in Barcelona will be spent. You'll be brought around on a guided tour, and you'll get to see Gaudi's magnificent cathedral, the Sagrada Familia, which is one of my favourite monuments, architectural buildings in the world. It has such a story to it. Gaudi was very eccentric. He actually he lived in the cathedral. He loved it. But you'll also get to go to Montserrat, which is up in the Catalan mountains, and that is a Benedictine monastery.
Yes.
Oh, it's fascinating. There's a famous Black Madonna sculpture up there, which you can go and see. It's going to be very good fortune to see it.
And these guided tours, they just take you.
They will take you.
They do all the hard work for you.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise you'd have to take a car to go to those kind of monuments, which are in different places like that.
I was looking up, if you wanted to go on a tour to Montserrat last night via tour, it's 100 euros, you know, and this is all included in your cost of everything, plus some evening meals. Plus things like cava tasting, which when you go up to Montserrat, you'll be doing that, you know. So that's why I love Travel Department. It'll hold your hand and bring you places, and it saves you, you know.
It doesn't longer because everything is organised. You don't have to worry about it. Well, that's actually a very good point. Takes the stress out of it.
Yeah.
So we are going to go from there. Where are we going next after this now?
Well, we're going actually to Andalusia, which is in the south. And, you know, the entire Iberian Peninsula used to be called Al-Andalus between the 8th and 12th century when the Moors ruled there. And it was a great time of golden enlightenment, science, inventions, art, philosophy. And there are still remains of that Moorish civilization in lots of cathedrals and, you know, beautiful just buildings. And even the streets, you'll see the tiles.
Yeah, the tiles are lovely, that lovely blue, isn't it? That's very nice.
And I just love Andalusia. And for this particular tour, you'll be staying in Nerja, which is like a lovely little bit of seaside, so you can kind of enjoy your sunshine. And then you'll be taking off, I think, one of the top top tours is going to Granada.
I've never been to Granada. I'd love to go to Granada. It's supposed to be
Oh,
stunning.
it is absolutely magnificent, and it is one of the last Moorish strongholds.
course,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely, and it's really well worth seeing. It's like a whole town. It's very well spread out.
Michelle, you wouldn't want to come home now after seeing some of those scenes
I'm actually there already in my head. I'm remembering.
There's a
you
lot
know.
of Irish people go to Spain and go down around Marbella, Malaga and all
Yeah.
that and not see more inland or ups like places
Absolutely.
like Granada.
You're missing out on a lot if you don't go there. And you know, people fly in and out of Malaga and they don't realise Malaga is a fantastic city
I
in
know, I've
itself.
heard it's
And so-
fabulous.
And like this year actually is the 50th anniversary of Picasso's death, and there are special exhibitions going on all over Spain, especially in the Picasso Museum in Malaga and in Barcelona and in Bilbao and other states. But like it's really you can immerse yourself in culture down
quite,
there.
when you think of Spain, really, it's quite diverse, isn't
Yeah,
it? The
it
different,
certainly is,
you know, from
yeah.
Bilbao to the other side. I mean, Bilbao, the more that near France and all that. It really is.
You've got the
isn't it?
Basque culture, you've got so much, but I love Andalusia.
Yeah.
You know, that whole region. And when you delve a little bit deeper and find the history, it's fascinating.
Yeah, now off to the Costa del Sol.
Oh no,
The next one.
we're heading over to Portugal
We're
now.
going to Portugal.
Yeah, we're going to
Okay.
Portugal.
Lovely.
And
Yeah,
and
sounds good.
we're going
Very popular again with us Irish.
Absolutely, and Estoril and Cascais are places now the Irish have become accustomed to hearing about those places, and they're on the Lisbon coast.
I've been to that Cascais is divine.
Oh, it
my
is-
God, it's lovely, so classy.
It is so, and it's got that lovely blend of those lovely white Algarve, you know, stones, and of course you're only 30 minutes from Sintra,
Yeah.
which is a magical land, and Sintra has the
it?
National Palace. Oh my goodness, it is like a bucket list destination. I mean, anybody who's been there will say they're just wowed. It's quite well spread up. It's in the mountains, and it's where the Portuguese royal family used to go for their summer residences. And you've
Nice.
got the Penne Palace, you've got the National Palace there. You've also got a Moorish castle. You've got so much to see just in Sintra. That would be a full day, you know, to get around and see everything. And you can just sit and have a coffee in one of the little local bars and do some shopping. Lots of lovely Cork products, you know, like little handbags and things like that they make out of it. So
Yeah.
Portugal's
it's
easy, isn't
charming.
it?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
and-
They love kids. It's very easy to travel around there.
And even say this time, I suppose in April and May, you're coming into some really
You're
nice
coming into
weather
that-
there as well.
I was there in February and I have marks on my feet from the sandals from the sun in February. So,
Really?
you know, you can be very lucky and you can have like 20 degrees in January and February. It just depends, but, you know.
Yeah.
But Belém is a place you've got to see in Lisbon because, it's a fabulous town. It's beside the Monument of the Discoveries, and that's where kind of, you know, Henry the Navigator set forth and
yes,
conquered Brazil and lots of places in South America. But behind that, there's a little pastry shop where the original pastéis de nata is made, which is those little custard pies, you know, the ones, the gorgeous, real flavour and taste
Yeah.
of Portugal. And that's where they originally come from. A little shop behind
They're
that.
so nice. They're so nice.
Now, are we going to the Algarve, which of course we
all know the Algarve, yeah.
We probably have been there at some stage
We
of our lives.
think we all know the
Yeah.
Algarve, but there are I go there quite a lot. I have a passion for it, and there's always something new to discover down there. And the travel department have got this fabulous tour where you're based in Albufeira or Villamoura, but they will take you to towns like Lagos. Lagos has a fascinating history. It was where the slaves used to be taken from, and it's got little tiny winding streets, fabulous marina, and of course that fabulous Atlantic coastline. It's an absolutely gorgeous town. It's quite spread out now because it's become a tourist centre, but it's fascinating. And then Silves in the mountains is it's about half an hour in, and that is a little town that is well worth visiting. It has another castle. Just as I said, it's so cheap when you stop off in these little coffee shops and you go for your wander. They do a fabulous medieval festival there. I went over for a medieval festival in the Algarve last September, and it was wow.
What
And, you know,
happens at a medieval festival? I want to know.
everybody dresses up in this like from the 15th century, and there are fires everywhere, and there's suckling pigs, and you're eating from these goblets and local
like your wedding
beer.
night.
It's-
Sounds exactly like my wedding, yeah.
and you know, the travel department are great. If there's something going on, they will look after you. I did a Danube cruise, and it was during the time of Oktoberfest, and they said, off you go now. They showed me how to get there and what to do on my day off. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, you can have a great mix of lots of things to do, someone telling you, and then you've got loads of time for the beach and the sun.
Yeah, and I
it's
suppose
that
we
there
should
as
say,
well.
that you're not just you can do your own thing if you wish, isn't that it?
Yeah.
You know, you're not tied to going
It's a
on
gorgeous,
something.
it's a gorgeous mix, and some of the tours are half day, so you can spend the afternoon on the beach, or vice versa, join
Yeah.
them in the afternoon.
And the thing, even when you're going to Spain and Portugal as well, Michelle, for example, it's only a 2-hour flight. Like,
Yeah,
say,
that's
you're
actually a
not
very
on a
good
flight
point.
for 5 or 6,
Yeah,
7
especially if you
hours.
have kids.
Yeah.
2.5 to the Algarve, down to Malaga, the same 2.5. and
That's nice, like, because
it's really.
You know what? I swear, I think when you're traveling with children, especially if you were going down
Yeah.
to the Algarve, that makes such a big difference in your life. Michelle, thanks so
Michelle,
much.
thank you.
Taking us on those
Brightening
lovely
up our
faraway places. Not that far
very
away.
cold evening.
We can do it
Yeah,
tonight.
it's very, very good.
It's only in the distant come over half a Tramarsh this week now, you know.
Oh, yeah. I
So
think people are actually
holidays
looking
coming.
now. People are booking now.
Oh, people
for
are getting
summer.
excited.
They really,
Very
really
much.
are.
And travel agents are the way to go, you know.
Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle,
Great tour
thanks so
operators.
much.
Go to
And
Mila.
of course, you guys that can pop on to our website. You can pop on actually to our Facebook page and our Instagram page, and you'll find all the details there.
Brought to you by Irish owned and operated Travel Department. Let's see more.